everyone, this is Charles Folkart, May 29th, 2017, Memorial Day. I welcome all of you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for supporting this channel. Hey, there was a comment by a lady on the channel here that gave me the idea for this video. But before we do that, this is a picture I took here last year. The launch of the eagle, I call it. They're a pretty amazing bird, but the osprey is actually, in my opinion, a more amazing bird. Again, it's that time of the season where we can go out, or I can go out hiking and camping and everything, so I am looking forward to doing just that. Meanwhile, let's go have a look at the comment on the channel, shall we? So here we are, and it's a message from Connie, and I tried to reply to you, Connie, but YouTube would not let me reply yesterday, and I haven't tried this morning, but I want to thank you for this. Stop with the dummies. They are stupid. They don't read, write, study, or research a dang thing. They won't change, Charles. Can't allow the dummies to tick you off as they remain the same forever, dumb, dumber, and stupid. Yeah, maybe I've come across like they bother me, but I spent 13 years almost in third world countries, and they're a third world country for a reason, and we are a third world country now, so they really don't bother me. It may appear that way, but I guess it's more of a disappointment in how stupid people are. But I wanted to show you something in economics. There's a law in economics called the law of diminishing returns. That's very helpful. And so let's go have a look at that, shall we? Now, I love graphs, and this graph's very simple. Over here on the left axis is your return. So the higher up we are, the more the return you get. And on this axis, I forget, X and Y axis, the investment of your time, energy, and money, etc., is on this axis here. And so the more time you put into an effort, you're going to get a return, and then at a certain point the return starts to grow less and less. And I believe that's where we are now in the quote truth movement. We're in this area here, and it's not going to do any more good. We're not going to get any more returns for the amount of time, energy, and effort that we expend educating the dumb, dumber, and the stupids. They're not going to change. And if they haven't got it by now, they probably never will. All right? And let me look at one more graph. So again, I think we're at this point right here. All right? We've reached the point where it's not going to do any good, as I mentioned earlier. So now we're just preaching to the choir. The people who are going to get it, got it, and I don't think we're going to have any more. We're not going to have a big movement. There's not going to be a revolution in the United States. Nope, not going to happen, folks. The masses have been brainwashed. Programming of Talmud vision over the last 50, 60 years has just been so effective. And the people, they lay down in the recliner at night, and they get in that alpha state, and they look at that programming coming at them, all those images, all those lies. Their entire lifetime, they sit there in the evening in their recliner with their remote, flipping from one channel to the next, hoping to find some good food among all the garbage. But they watch the History Channel, which is probably the biggest brainwashing program on there. But hey, those people think they're educated, and they've been trained, and they've been brainwashed, and they've been programmed to think that we are nuts. We're the tinfoil nut hat wearers. We're We're the kooks. We're the conspiracy theorists. And the programmers, the controllers of the media have those people. They're not going to lose them. And that's why now they're coming out with more and more absurd, ridiculous, false flag ops, outright lies. It doesn't matter anymore. Those people are already in their camp. They're not leaving. And it's those of us outside of that camp that are their main concern. And they can turn that switch on us anytime they want to, and they can knock on our doors. There's so few of us, they can knock on our doors at 3 a.m. in the morning and haul us off. And, you know, quite frankly, the people in the neighborhood here, if that happened to me, they wouldn't care. Oh, they'd talk about it for a day or so, maybe. And then they'd go on with their life, and they'd go back to work, and they'd come home at night, and they'd turn on their channel, and they'd watch the program. And, well, Charles must have done something wrong, or the government wouldn't have come and picked him up. That's where we are, folks. That's where we are now. So don't expect your neighbor or your family member or anybody that you're a good friend of yours, if you think you can keep telling them, it's not going to work, folks. If they didn't get it, if they don't get the fact that 9/11 was a Israeli operation, Mossad, and the neocons in the United States, 16 years later, they're never going to get it. You can give them all the information you want, and they're never going to get it. Myself, I don't watch the programming, the Talmud vision. So when I saw the towers falling, the first thing I said is what I saw. I said they put bombs in the buildings, meaning explosives. Those explosives took down the towers, and then later building number 7, which most people don't even know came down on 9/11. So immediately I knew there was a problem with the official story, because 19 Arabs did not have access to the Twin Towers for the number of weeks it would take to put those explosives in. See, but you explain that to somebody else, and they're not going to get that. They are never going to get that. They don't want to get that. They refuse to get that, because that would shatter their illusionary world. We live in a environment where there's two worlds, folks. There's the illusionary world created for the Sheeple, and they've for the most part, they bought it. They believe, their government, that chemtrails are good for us. There is climate change. 9/11, 19 Arabs with box cutters. GMO foods won't hurt you. If they did, government wouldn't. You got it all. And then there's the other side, the truth. So we have illusion on one side, created by the oligarchy that controls the media, and for the last 50 years they've been brainwashing people. Very sophisticated operation, folks. And then there's those of us who know the truth, who love the truth, who embrace the truth, that take the route wherever the truth leads us. That's where we go. Very few of us. Thank you for watching, because I know that those who watch this channel, those who subscribe to this channel, are in that second group. There's not very many of us, folks, and it's not, the crowd is not going to get much bigger. This is going to be a lonely campsite, the truth camp, or the camp of the truthers, or however you want to put it. Very, very few of us, and that's the way it's going to remain. And that's scary, because we're surrounded by people who believe the government. And our biggest concern, my opinion, is when the poo-poo hits the blades, your biggest concern, my biggest concern, isn't really going to be the government. It's going to be all the other people around me who trust in the government. That's going to be our biggest problem, our biggest obstacle. Besides the government knocking on your door, and I think that's coming, folks. They're going to shut off the internet. They're going to come picking up people because there's not that many of us. And then all hell's going to break loose. Anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for supporting this channel. And thank you for embracing the love of the truth. And as Connie says, don't let the stupid, dumb sheeple get you down. And may the grace of God our Father, the non-Jew Yeshua, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and his Son, the Lord Jesus Christ, the non-Jew, may their grace be upon us all, for we certainly need it. See you.